Camilla wears a second-hand crown. First consort since 1727 to get one. Queen Mary's old crown, pulled from a Tower of London case, modified for her coronation. Harry's book Spare, 1.4 million copies in 24 hours. Guinness-confirmed. The stepson calling her the villain on every continent. She is alone at the bottom of the royals. Kate at 71. William at 74. Charles at 59. Camilla at 43 and falling. 20 reasons she will never be accepted as queen. From the numbers the palace cannot move, to the stepson who called her dangerous in print, to the monarchy William is already planning without her. Reason 13 is what Diana's son said on PRIMETIME American television. Reason 20 proves Diana was right. Let us start with the number. Number 1. The number the palace cannot make climb. 3 years of trying, 3 years of the same needle. That 43% is not a bad month. Every quarter, the palace runs a fresh rehabilitation campaign. Softer clothes, charity visits, a walkabout with the grandchildren if they can borrow them. The number does not move. YouGov tracks the royals monthly. Across the last 3 years, Camilla has sat at or below the other senior royals. Never above, never ahead. The comparison the intro showed you is the picture of today. The picture of every month for 3 years is the same. Camilla at the floor. Diana never needed a playbook. Diana was just loved. Number 2. The villain label Harry made permanent. The intro named the book. Now let me tell you what is inside it. Prince Harry called Camilla the villain. He called her dangerous. He called her the third person in his father's marriage, using the same phrase Diana used on Panorama in 1995. Those are not tabloid quotes. Those are printed pages inside Spare, the memoir Diana's own son wrote. Then in January 2023, Harry sat down with Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes. Live American television, and he said it again on the record. He told the audience Camilla sacrificed him on her personal PR altar. He said there was open willingness on both sides of the palace to trade information about him and Meghan in exchange for softer coverage of her. For as long as that book stays in print, Camilla is the villain. Written down by Diana's own son, preserved on network tape, sold on every continent. Number 3. Diana already took the title Camilla Wanted Most. Someone claimed the title Camilla Wanted Most 3 decades ago, in front of nearly 23 million people. November 1995. BBC Panorama. Diana looked into the camera and said the line that ended the story before Camilla ever had a shot at it. "I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts." She did not ask. She claimed it. That title was taken. 22.8 million watched in the UK alone. The most watched current affairs interview in British broadcasting history. Clips still spread worldwide decade after decade. Camilla can wear a crown. She can stand on a balcony. But the people's crown was given away that night in 1995 by the woman Camilla spent 20 years trying to replace. The country decided that night. Number 4. Queen Elizabeth wrote Queen Consort, not Queen. This one slipped past most viewers. It should not have. February 2022. Platinum Jubilee message. Queen Elizabeth wrote in her own careful words that it was her sincere wish Camilla would be known as Queen Consort. Not Queen, Queen Consort. Elizabeth reigned for 70 years and weighed every word she put to paper. She did not grant Camilla the title her own mother carried. Queen Mother. She used a qualifier, the wife of, a footnote in parentheses. That word showed up everywhere. Coronation programs, official releases, church services around the world. The most respected monarch in modern history told the country exactly how to rank Camilla, one rung below, and she put it in writing. Diana never needed a qualifier. She was the people's princess. Number 5. Even the Queen Mother's tiaras were not hers to keep. Watch what happened with the jewels. When Camilla became consort, she had access to the royal collection. The Queen Mother's tiaras, the heritage brooches, pieces that had passed between queens for generations, and yet the palace quietly made a call. At the coronation, Camilla did not wear the Koh-i-Noor diamond. The public reason was colonial sensitivity. But watch what Camilla was actually given. The most significant jewels on the day were Cullinan diamonds from the late Queen's personal collection. Her coronation crown was Queen Mary's, modified. Her tiaras come mostly from the Queen Mother's vault. Everything visible on Camilla at the highest stakes moments of her consortship has belonged to someone else. Someone more loved. Someone more remembered. Number 6. The women who watched Diana live are leading the rejection. This is where it gets personal. The generation leading this rejection, the ones driving those approval numbers into the ground, are the women who lived through 1997. They watched Panorama live. They lined the streets for Diana's funeral. They saw their own marriages in Diana's story. They were never coming around. When YouGov polls women over 55, Camilla's numbers are worse. When they poll women over 65, the floor drops again. The palace has been running rehabilitation at the wrong audience for 20 years. These women remember what happened, and they are the ones teaching their daughters and granddaughters what it meant. And the tape that made Diana a legend, it will not let Camilla rest. Number 7. Diana's Panorama tape still airs everywhere, a video that just will not stop playing. The 1995 Panorama interview is not archived. It is active. It airs in documentaries year after year. It gets clipped the moment Camilla appears in public. Hundreds of millions of views across the re-uploads on YouTube alone. Every time that tape plays, there is Diana looking into the camera, saying the sentence that buried Camilla. There were 3 of us in this marriage. Whenever Camilla walks onto a balcony, that tape follows her. Every coronation replay includes a Diana cutaway. The palace cannot bury it. The BBC cannot pull it. The most watched interview in British broadcasting history. And it names Camilla directly. That tape is going to outlive her. And so will the next one. Number 8, the Tampongate tape will follow her to the grave, a recorded phone call from December 1989, published in 1993. Google the word Tampongate. An intimate call between Charles and Camilla, captured on a scanner, then leaked to the tabloids, the most humiliating piece of audio in modern royal history. And it belongs to Camilla. For a woman who spent decades trying to build dignity, that tape is a sentence she can never serve out. 33 years later, it is still a search result. A queen is supposed to embody dignity. The defining recording of this queen is the exact opposite. Diana's tapes showed a young mother in pain. Camilla's tape was something else entirely. Number 9. Harry and William begged Charles not to marry her. Picture this. Diana's 2 boys standing in front of their father asking him not to do it. In Spare, Harry writes that he and William sat Charles down and pleaded. Their words, as Harry recounts them: "We support you. We endorse Camilla. Just please don't marry her. Just be together, Pa." Charles did not answer. Then he married her anyway. April 9, 2005, 7 years after Diana's death. If anyone asks whether William has private feelings about this woman, there is the answer. Written in his own brother's book, that memory does not fade. Number 10. Harry would not let Meghan curtsy to her, a detail from Spare most readers flew right past. Harry is briefing Meghan on palace protocol before she meets everyone, walking her through who to curtsy to and how to greet the Queen. Then he gets to Camilla, and he tells his future wife, word for word, she does not need to curtsy to her. Meghan asks him, "You sure?" Harry's answer, preserved in print, "I didn't think it appropriate." Diana's son, introducing his future wife to the family, actively telling her to skip the curtsy for the woman wearing his mother's place. Diana's own son made that decision, then published it to the world. She never earned the curtsy. Number 11, a recycled crown from a woman no one remembers. Remember the crown from the intro? Let me tell you who Queen Caroline actually was. Caroline of Ansbach, wife of George II, the last consort before Camilla to get a secondhand crown 296 years ago, well before America was even a country. She is a footnote now. Ask any royal historian who Caroline was, and you will get a pause, then a vague answer. Her crown sat in storage for centuries. Every consort between Caroline and Camilla got a new crown commissioned. Mary of Teck in 1911, The Queen Mother in 1937, each one custom-made and unique to the woman wearing it. Camilla got a dusted-off one. The palace called it sustainability. Everyone saw what it really was. In 1992, the Prime Minister stood up in Parliament and said it directly. There was no reason Diana should not be crowned queen in due course. Diana never was. Camilla wore the leftover, number 12, the PR altar where she traded Harry's word, sacrificed, in print. Spare gets specific on this one. Harry writes that Camilla sacrificed him on her personal PR altar, and he describes what he watched unfold over the years. Private family moments kept leaking to the press. Stories about him and Meghan appeared with suspicious timing, always when coverage of Camilla turned negative. On CBS, Harry told Anderson Cooper there was open willingness on both sides to trade information. Palace staff and royal correspondents had a working arrangement. Harry was the currency. Camilla has never sued. She has never publicly denied any of it. She could have sued. She did not. That silence says something. It paints the woman now wearing the crown as someone who would burn Diana's own son to protect her favorability rating. Number 13. The bodies left in the street. Here is what reason 13 is. What Diana's son said on primetime American television. On 60 Minutes, Anderson Cooper asks Harry about the palace leaking stories about him, about Meghan, including stories that touched on their mental health. Harry answers on camera, there was going to be people, or bodies, left in the street because of that. Bodies left in the street. Diana's son on primetime American television talking about what the palace did to protect Camilla's image. That sentence is now a permanent search result. Every time a Camilla headline drops, that clip resurfaces within the hour. The most damning thing anyone has ever said about a queen on American television. Said out loud by Diana's own son, preserved on tape, number 14. Kate outranks her by nearly 30 points. Remember the other question from the intro? The monarchy William is already planning. The answer starts here, with his wife. YouGov, August 2025. Catherine, Princess of Wales, at 71% positive. Camilla at 43. 28 points. That is not a rival gap. That is a replacement gap. When Kate announced her cancer diagnosis in 2024, the country held its breath. Rolling coverage for weeks. Flowers piled up outside Kensington Palace for days. When Camilla has an engagement, coverage is polite and brief. One is the future queen, the other is the current one, and the country has already decided which title carries weight. Kate wears Diana's sapphire. She walks Diana's walk, and she is passing Camilla at a full sprint. Number 15. Only 20% of young Britons approve of her. A generational judgment, already written. YouGov breaks polling down by age bracket. For Britons aged 18 to 24, Camilla's favorability is 20%. Prince William in the same bracket sits at 55. Kate at 53. Even Harry, exiled from the family, pulls at 40 with young people. Camilla is at 20, 1 in 5. This is the generation that will live through her consortship and William's eventual reign. They've already made up their minds. The future does not like her. And Diana? That same 18, 24 demographic still wears Diana t-shirts and shares her Panorama clips on TikTok. A full generation after her death, 3 generations down, Diana is winning. Number 16. Netflix keeps the affair permanently fresh. 200 million households. One story told over and over. The Crown, across 6 seasons, dramatized the Charles and Camilla affair for a global audience the palace can never reach. Netflix does not take shows down. The algorithm keeps recommending it. Each new Netflix subscriber becomes a new witness to Camilla's worst moment. Every teenager who hits play on The Crown becomes a new juror. Camilla's worst chapter is not a memory anymore. It is a streaming franchise resurfaced every night to a new audience somewhere in the world. Diana did not have to fight for her legacy. The world is fighting to keep telling it. Number 17. Her numbers are falling, not rising. Watch the trajectory. After the coronation, after 3 years of trying everything, YouGov's October 2025 tracker had Camilla at 45% positive, 41% negative, net positive +4. The current tracker, 43% positive, 44% negative, net negative -1, 4 months. She went from net positive to net negative. That is not plateau, that is erosion. Her net rating is now lower than every other senior working royal. Kate climbs, William climbs. Camilla moves one direction, down. Whatever goodwill existed after the coronation has drained out. The palace's PR machine is pulling every lever it has. The needle will not respond. The woman who has been gone since 1997 is still beating her in 2026. Number 18. Diana's grave still draws pilgrims. Camilla has nowhere. Althorpe, every summer. A line of people who never met her. Diana is buried on an island at Althorpe, the Spencer family estate. The public cannot visit the grave itself, but every year thousands travel to the memorial grounds. They leave flowers and handwritten letters for a woman who has been dead for almost 3 decades. The line still forms. Every August, around the anniversary, it grows again. Compare that to any royal residence associated with Camilla. Clarence House or Ray Mill House. No pilgrimage, no letter pile. When Camilla dies, there will be a state ceremony, then silence. Diana has been gone since 1997. She is still getting letters. That is the definition of being loved. Camilla has never come close to it. Number 19. Diana's shadow grows longer every year. Camilla's shrinks. The prophecy Diana never had to speak out loud. Time is delivering it anyway. In 1997, at Diana's funeral, her brother Earl Spencer stood in Westminster Abbey and called his sister the most hunted person of the modern age. He said she needed no royal title to have that effect on people. Nearly 29 years later, test those words. Diana's image has not tarnished, it has brightened. Her causes, from landmines to AIDS awareness, are more respected now than the day she died. Her sons built their public lives around her legacy. Now test Camilla. Approval is frozen in the 40s. Her own stepson calls her the villain in print, and she is the first consort in 3 centuries to wear a recycled crown. Diana claimed the people's crown in 1995. The people agreed. Number 20. William's reign will erase her. This is reason 20, the one that proves Diana was right about everything. When William becomes king, the chapter closes on Camilla. She will not be Queen Mother. That title belongs to the mother of the monarch, and she is the stepmother. No precedent, no path forward. Stepmother's exit. William is not writing a new chapter for her. Every royal reporter who has covered him for the past decade agrees on the direction. William is planning a slimmed-down monarchy. The royals he wants on that balcony are Kate, George, Charlotte, and Louis. Camilla's name is not on the list. The late Queen's parenthetical already told her where she stood. Queen Consort, the wife of. A footnote in brackets. William is about to make that parenthetical permanent. She will exit public life the day Charles does. Her titles go with him. Within 5 years of William's accession, she will be a photograph at Clarence House that nobody takes down because nobody is paying attention anymore. William is not doing this out of cruelty. He is Diana's son. And every decision he makes as king answers a question his mother asked in 1995. She said she would like to be the queen of people's hearts. Her son is about to make sure the woman who replaced her is queen of nothing at all. 20 reasons, and the proof was in the intro. A secondhand crown, a stepson's book on every continent, and a lone number at the bottom of the royals that 3 years of palace PR has failed to move. The coronation did not change anything. The country decided in 1995. Diana was right about everything, and one person has been watching the whole time. What he is about to do to the woman wearing his mother's place is already in motion. Click the next video now. Camilla is finally getting what she deserves.